Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Leila, and today I want to share with you guys why I started this business and how budgeting has pretty much changed my way of looking at money. If you are new here, my name is Leila and I am the owner of Divas & Co's. I focus mainly on products that help you with your budgeting journey, also products that make it fun along the way. And so if you are a new person in on my page or on my channel, hi and welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, let's get this party started. So let's get started as to how, and actually let's get started as to why I started budgeting. And at the time I was mom of two, and money for me was very I guess you can say very tight, but at the same time it wasn't. It's just I really didn't have a form of managing my money. So one day I just kind of was scrolling on YouTube and I just entered how to budget. And at first, I went through the channels. They were like the financial channels where they kind of help you with explain to you like how saving $10 a day or something like that will help you. And I just kind of was like, okay, so if I save $10 a day, that would mean every week I would have to save about $70, because 7 days in a week times times 10. And so each month I'm looking at 30, so I'd have to say 30 times 30 times 10, which was 300. And I was like, okay, I don't know if that's going to be realistic for someone like me, because at the time my paychecks were very low and I've had two little babies, and I think I had my son on the way at the time, my third one. So it was a little bit difficult. So as I scroll through YouTube and I kind of just wanted to see other forms of budgeting, I stumbled upon zero-based budgeting, and I believe the channel was the Budget Mom. I think that's her channel. So I started watching her videos and I was like, oh wow, this looks very, very interesting. And so this is a way that I've never really ever looked at money. This is a way that I've never ever really seen. And you guys, like when I say my financial literacy at the time was in the ground, like I didn't know what financial literacy was. I wasn't even financially literal. So as I watch her videos, I'm starting to notice like there's a theme of taking cash out and putting it in these little envelopes, and I was like, oh wow, that's so interesting. And then there's also a sheet that was tracking, and you're tracking your expenses, and I was like, wow, this is something that I have never ever seen in my life. And as I'm watching, I'm just so how do you say, I was just so fascinated by the whole concept of cash stuffing. But I still didn't understand how she was doing it, how she was able to put these amounts, where do these amounts come from? And so I tried to go through her channel, and I guess I didn't get the answer that I wanted. And then I just kind of put, but she did say something that was very interesting. She goes, she uses a zero-based budget, and she explained how the zero-based budget worked, where you gave each dollar a job, and you pretty much, by the end of your budget, everything should have an allocated amount of money. And I was like, oh wow, that is so fascinating. I've never ever seen this before in my life. So as I am watching and just trying to literally absorb as much information, I came across another channel which pretty much just said how to start a budget, and that was, I think, beautifully in me. And I was like, oh my god, okay. So I'm sitting there. So yeah, I started to really take in this video by Beautifully in Me, and I just was like, wow, this is so amazing. So as I'm watching, she's really explaining how to really start managing your money, and it started to click. I'm like, oh, okay, so the bills, okay, so everybody knows bills every month they come out, so make sure you have that amount set aside. And then the variable expenses, so it's kind of in order to determine that, you kind of have to go into your bank statements and see how much you spend on things like food, gas, home Amazon purchases, like just like stuff like that. And I was like, oh snap. Or even your kids, pets. I was like, holy, like, okay, so this is how you really start managing your money. Like, you really have to start paying attention to your bank statements and determine, okay, so I don't want to spend this much money on, for example, groceries. So from starting this month, I'm going to try to take out like do, like, let's say if I spend 1,000, I'm going to try to do a $600 budget for food. And I was like, wow, this is so interesting. So I'm out here like literally, like, like just absolutely insanely like just wow, this is just amazing. And I was so fascinated by the whole concept of it that I just started to really dig into my own finances and see where my money was really going. And one of the things I started off with was my bank statements. And as I looked at my bank statements, at first I was like, oh no, I don't want to look at this. This is so, like, it's going to be so bad. Like, it's going to be bad. And the reality was, it was bad. And the way I was so ashamed of myself because I was like, oh no. So I'm really I'm really overspending in certain categories, So for me, one of the biggest categories that I overspent in was groceries, of course. But at the same time, groceries for me, it was more of, okay, I do have kids, but it kind of got me to understand, like, what type of groceries was I buying too, right? And why was I buying so much groceries on a weekly basis? So I got to understanding. I was like, oh, okay, so you know what I'm going to do is, when it comes to groceries, I'm not going to do Uber Eats, because Uber Eats for me literally was kind of a devil, because if I ran out of one thing, I'd be like, oh man, I'm gonna just go on Uber Eats. And Uber Eats, you have to spend about $40, and that $40 with tax and everything comes up to like 50 something. So I was like, oh no. So I'm overdoing on Uber Eats. The other category that I kind of went over, and I didn't even realize I was going over, was takeout. I didn't realize I was doing a lot of takeout, but then when I finally sat down, I was like, oh, like I had an insane amount. I can't remember right now the top of my head, but it was an insane amount of money that went to takeout. And so sitting there with my financial, I guess you can say, my financial situation, I was like, okay, something has to be done. Let me try this budgeting, this zero-based budget. And first time I tried it, it wasn't great, but as I started to learn more, I started to really just feel, okay, so I'm understanding this now. So I would set like realistic amounts, and in the beginning I really didn't set realistic amounts. I was like, okay, if I'm doing $1,000 on groceries, I'm gonna do 400 this month. Unrealistic. And of course I went over. So I started to learn to be more realistic about it. And even takeout, as much as I didn't want to put money down for takeout, I was like, you know what, you have little ones, sometimes you're tired, you don't want to make food, so just make an amount for takeout. And so that's kind of like my journey into the world of budgeting. And then on the next one, I'll just explain to you guys why I started my store. But right now, I just kind of wanted to share with you guys the impact that budgeting or the zero-based budget has had on my life. And I think last year was probably the year that I kind of went so hard on it that I managed to save an insane amount of money that I didn't really have to worry about. But so yeah, I did very well last year. So this year we're starting our budgeting journey all over again. I took up some new money, I guess. So I kind of want to learn a little bit more and just kind of stay focused on that. But I will share with you guys some my budgeting tips and stuff like that along the way of also running my store. I think it's important for everyone to really just know how to manage their money, as well as learning the products that help you manage your money. So I think this is it, and I will see you guys on my next video. And if you guys like some of the products here, I will leave my link on the description. And till next time, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.